just want to say that to everybody that was involved, that I'm sorry for everything all the pain I caused and everything that they've had to go through the entire time. And I hope after today that they'll get the closure they deserve, or between all parties and everybody has a better understanding. Just want everybody to be able to somewhat move on and get past this in some way.
Thank you, Mr. Kennison.
So the victim's partner of 16 years, Judy Earp, gave an emotional victim impact statement. She appeared via video conference at the sentencing.
I can count on one hand the full nights of sleep I've had since this heinous crime has occurred. Absolute terror and panic now sets in when I can't locate a loved one and or the thought of them not coming home. I've had a difficult time accepting the fact that Tom will never come home. Initially, I would go nearly every evening to Panera, where we would frequently meet for dinner, and then we would run errands to the grocery store or his very favorite place, Costco. I would sit at our favorite table and just wait. I was actually waiting for him. I was actually waiting for him there when the police called me to tell me that they had found his body. I know it was irrational, but I can't help it. I frequently have dreams that he has come home and that everything has been a mistake. But then I wake up and I realize that the actual nightmare is the waking nightmare and the dream. It's not a nightmare, and that he'll never come back.
I mean, I think from what we have here, everyone can agree this is an utterly toxic love triangle that just ended as brutally and as terribly as one can imagine. Just the sheer length of time and the pain that Dr. Burchard must have gone through is unimaginable. And Mr. Kennison, you did that. And you took this man away from people who obviously loved him and patients who very much needed him. And so I know you're aware that you're taking, harsh penalty for this, because what you did is inexcusable. In accordance with the laws of the state of Nevada, you're hereby judged guilty of count 1, conspiracy to commit murder, and count 2, murder with use of a deadly weapon, 16 years of age or older. Or is it? I might have it wrong.
Just a weapon. Yeah.
Just a weapon. Murder with use of a deadly weapon, 2nd degree. In court, I'm going to impose a $25 administrative assessment fee and a $3 DNA collection fee. I'll waive $150 DNA fee as well as the test as you previously taken it in another matter. On count 1, you're sentenced to 24 to 60 months to Nevada Department of Corrections. That is to run consecutive to count 2. On the 2nd degree murder, you're sentenced to 10 to 25 years from Nevada Department of Corrections. And then I've considered the factors laid out in NRS 193.165A through E inclusive in determining the length of time to affix for the deadly weapon enhancement. I'm going to fix that at 6 to 15 years consecutive. The total sentence, the aggregate sentence, will be 18 to 45 years in the Nevada Department of Corrections.
Okay, want to bring in our guest once again, former prosecutor, trial attorney Vonda Sargent, joining us in Seattle. So I just want to note for our viewers, the case against Kelsey Turner is coming up, and that is another individual, the girlfriend of John Kennison, who's also accused in this crime. And just to kind of provide a little bit of context, Kelsey Turner, when you heard the judge mention a love triangle, was part of this love triangle. So her boyfriend, now sentenced, right? But apparently there was some sort of relationship with the victim, this older gentleman, this psychiatrist, and he was providing financial support to Kelsey Turner. Prosecutors allege when he cut that off, that was the motive, to kill. What do you think of what you heard in sentencing?
The first thing that struck me was that that John Kennison is one of the few defendants that I've ever heard say, I am sorry for the pain that I caused. Most often when you hear someone with their allocution, they say that this happened. I'm sorry that this happened. I'm sorry that you went through this. He didn't do that. He took full responsibility and said, I caused this pain. And another thing that struck me was that when the doctor's wife was giving her impact statement, he remained standing, and he dropped his head respectfully. At one point, he looked up at her. It appeared to me that the full weight of what it is that he has done has landed on his shoulders. You know, Joy Lynn, I'm going to say this, and it pains me as a fellow woman, but it's almost as though that after the talons from Kelsey Turner were removed from him, and he was from under her spell. And I hate to use these sort of buzzwords about women, but it appears as though she did have talents in both of these men, and she was able to spin a spell over the both of them, resulting in one being murdered and the other one murdering him. But it appears that that time away from her is almost as though he woke up, because he said, I did this, and I'm sorry for doing this, and I'm sorry for causing this pain. And you've been doing this for years. How often do we hear defendants say that it happened, or, you know, that this thing happened, I'm sorry that, you know, you're dealing with this, and not really take the ownership, the first person ownership, and saying, I did this, I caused this pain. So that's what really struck me about John Kennison. And I hope that he is able to rehabilitate himself. And I hope that after the 18 years, he's able to come out and do something with his life. And even if it is just to help somebody else not do this.
Mm-hmm. You're right. It is very unusual to see that level of remorse, but and really admission of guilt and acceptance of responsibility. But I want to ask you, Vonda, do you think maybe he's trying to set it up so he can help his girlfriend when she goes to trial and take the fall?
I don't think so, because there was no agreement, from my understanding, and I've been watching this, for him to testify either for or against her. So I don't think so. And I don't think that there's going to be any situation where she's not going to be convicted. The man that they killed wasn't a threat to either one of them. Kennison would not have known of him but for Kelsey Turner. So I can't think of any scenario where he can take the fall, Joy Lemon, and she walk away. I remember early on, he wanted to take responsibility so she could raise their children, but that's not going to happen. She is as deep into this as her name is long. She is most assuredly a part of this. She had the relationship with the doctor, not Kennison. So while he may have some idea that he might have been able to do that, what I got from him was true remorse. Now, I could be being fooled, and he might be trying to still get her off, but I don't think that's going to happen, Joy Lynn.
And do you think that it might have any impact whatsoever on her trial, which has been continued?
I think his guilty plea will definitely have an impact on her trial, because they were co-conspirators, and one of them has already pled guilty. And he wouldn't have, it's a conspiracy. So a conspiracy takes more than one person. So I think it will have an impact on it. And more importantly, this case has just gotten so much attention. So I think that there will be very few people that aren't aware of what's gone on in this case.
Yeah, I think you're right. Well, thank you so much, Vonda Sargent, for your analysis.